Shoulder today. First thing we see when we get inside the shoulder is the ball and socket. The ball is up, the socket is down. Don't see anything in the way of any substantial wear change or problems inside the ball and socket joint. That's good news. This is your biceps tendon right here. We're going to pull on that. That looks normal. This is a subscapularis right here. Yours looks normal. Middle glenohumeral ligament, inferior glenohumeral ligament, both look normal. Here's a hole in your rotator cuff. That is not normal. You can see all this fragmented tissue here and then these bubbles coming through here. That's indicative of a rotator cuff tear. So we're going to start working on cleaning that up and getting it ready for repair. All right, so here's the bone spur you have on the undersurface of your shoulder cap bone or acromion. It measures right around the depth of our burr. Depth of the burr is 4.5 millimeters or 4.2 millimeters. So what we're going to do is just come right up underneath that spur and smooth and flatten it off. Make sure it can't rub or abrade your rotator cuff anymore. And we just evacuate all that bony debris out of your shoulder. We just come from the back of the shoulder, which is on the left of the screen, towards the front of the shoulder, which is on the right of the screen, and then we smooth off all these surfaces using the burring device. All right, so now what we're doing is working here on the end of this collarbone joint where you have a fair amount of bone spur as well. What we're doing is smoothing and flattening off the end of this collarbone, making room between these two bones to make sure they can't rub up against one another down the road. And as we do this, it generates a ton of bony debris, as we can see. Clean that out, please. Give me a shaver. And now what we'll do is just evacuate out all the debris. And we'll come back in with the burr and we'll keep working on the spurs. Surgery's going extremely well so far. We're accomplishing about half of our goals so far, and we'll be getting to the main portion of the goal, the rotator cuff repair, here in just a moment. Burr, please. All right, so there's the end of the collarbone joint. Once we've cleaned that out, that looks perfect. Here's the flat undersurface of the acromion. When we're done with that, that looks perfect as well. And then there's a hole in your rotator cuff right there that we're going to work on next. Spinal, please. Always close that or it's going to squirt you. All right, so the way this works is we put these little titanium anchors down deep inside the bone. They work exactly like a drywall anchor would work in your wall to hold a picture. They get buried down inside the bone. Once they're buried, we'll remove the screwdriver and just the stitches will stick up. Go ahead, Mike, remove the screwdriver, please. And once we do that, you'll see just the stitches sticking up through the bone. And those stitches then will be utilized to route through your torn rotator cuff and sew it all back together. A little harder. Go ahead. There we go. There's the stitches. And we've got a white one, a blue one, and a black one. That looks just perfect. All right, great. Raven and the contraption. All right, so what we've done now is, Pat, go back one picture, please. What we've done is we've placed all our stitches through the torn edge of the tendon. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take each one of those stitches one by one and tie them back together. Stool to stand on, please. So there's your repaired rotator cuff. It came together just beautifully. It moves as a unit. There's no tension across the repair. We've got suture anchors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sutures there holding it all back together. It came together just great. We'll see you in recovery room. Have a great day. Bye-bye.